Hey y'all, it's your girl BG. We're back with another video. Today is my first episode of Blabbering with BG, but this is absolutely not my first time. I probably made an attempt to record this video about this is probably like my 8th time, 3rd day. I was having a really hard time with talking and everything was just going wrong. Like yesterday was like my last straw, and I started practicing on my way as I was driving, try to practice, see like what's wrong with me. And I figured that probably it'll be better if I was in my car. I am more comfortable with crying, yelling, or saying whatever in this car. So maybe for me to already use this as like my safe haven, it'll just make more sense for me to, introduce my first episode this way, because it's probably like the easiest way for me to talk. But I'm not just gonna sit and talk in my car. Another thing that I noticed is that I may have a little ADHD or ADD going on. I don't know, but I have to do something. I can't just sit and talk. It was so hard for me to do that. It was just so hard for me to have anything flow. Like my mind would go completely blank as I'm just sitting and talking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drive around and I'm going to just express myself on how I feel about the topic that we're going to be discussing today. I hope you guys do like this first episode. I can't say that it will be perfect, but I feel like I'd be more comfortable with handling it this way instead. So yeah, I also wanted to say thank you so much for all the responses that you guys have put down in the comment section. You guys have so many good topics. I didn't expect to get so much responses. I was actually like maybe pushing for like 30 comments, but I got like about 81 or so. That's a lot in my eyes, and it means a lot that you guys are even looking forward to this just as much as I am. One of my subscribers, I make sure to put her comment. She had a lot, babe. She was going at it, but her very first suggestion was the insecurities that Black girls are taught to have. And I personally can relate to this a lot. So we're gonna get straight into it. Baby, I'm gonna drive. Another thing I noticed, I don't think I like looking at the camera. I don't like looking at myself speak. I like looking at other things and letting it flow. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at other things and I'm gonna let it flow. To start off, I also decided last night when I decided to do this video, I had to purchase another camera holder because my last one broke. I was determined to get this video done and over with. I really want to do this. I feel like we could, this could be something where we all could be comfortable with just being ourselves and talking about it, and I would have hated to go without a video for you guys. Insecurities that Black girls are taught to have. Now this is what I'm gonna start by saying. I don't look too different from my baby pictures, but I was, from what I remember or from what I was told, everybody loved how I looked as a baby or whatever. It wasn't until I started going to school is when a lot of that changed for me. I didn't start going to school. I wasn't insecure about myself in any way, shape, or form. I didn't see anything wrong with how I looked until I started going to school. Black people already got wide noses, bigger noses. But when I got into school, I'm assuming probably because my nose was bigger, I used to get picked on for that. Now I make it known that, I got a big nose, I do this, I do that. Because, it doesn't bother me anymore. I hated myself because of that. I hated the fact that I had a big nose. I used to get picked on for any reason. I used to get called Sasquatch, Big Bird, Big Ange at some point, I guess. Like this girl walked up to me in the middle school bathroom. She said, "Hey, are you that girl that they call Big Ange, something like that?" And nobody called me that, but I was like, what made you think that I was called that in the first place? And then for you to walk up to me to ask me if that was my nickname, it was just weird. And that was all because I had a big nose. And also other reasons that I used to get picked on for was my body type. Not right now because I haven't been working out, but back in like middle school, especially high school. High school, I hated showing my arms. I was labeled as like cocky. Every time a boy used to say something to me, they'd be like, "Oh, you're strong ass," or this and that and the third, blah blah blah. My body, my skin tone. Believe it or not, I used to bleach my skin. Like, it's a lot. And now when I say this is the part that I feel like is the issue. All of those names that was called, all of the picking on that happened to me back in high school, middle school, it was always by a black person. I told you guys before, my freshman year in 9th grade, there was this girl, which I thought was my friend. I guess she probably considered herself as my friend. This was my first time going to this school. I was a new kid at this school. And when I walked in, she was so friendly. You know, she was like, "Oh, come sit next to me, blah, blah, blah." And she was, of course, like, I'm not gonna take nothing away from her. She was beautiful. Beautiful black girl, dark skin, darker than me even, if we're being honest. She had the fat ass, the big hips, the small waist, all of that, and it was natural too. And then not only that, she had money. So she used to pop up in MCM. She used to have the Jordans, the Freshers, everything. And I was like the ugly duckling friend that I used to just like be around her and stuff like that. Because back then, I had like big glasses. My skin was terrible. Which is another reason why I started like bleaching my skin and stuff, thinking that it'll help. But yeah, you know, I'm here thinking that she was my friend. And one day we were at PE, and this is when the Snapchat filter came on. I'm just re-saying the story for the people who don't know. The Snapchat filter came on when you swap faces. We did that. And she said, if I looked like you, I would kill myself. And I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know how to react, you know? And that's another thing with what I went through. All the times that I was made fun of about my face, my everything that I was made fun of, it only got worse, but I never said anything. So I grew up feeling like I'm gonna really just try to speak to the heart with this one. I want to wrap up this video because as I was editing, I was just noticing how negative this video just came off as. You know, I'm just talking about all these things that happened and stuff like that, and it wasn't given. So let me start by saying this. It shouldn't matter how skinny you are, how big you are, how tall you are, how short you are. It don't matter if you got different size feet, babe. It don't matter. It shouldn't matter, you know? And I think a big problem that we deal with today is that society, we're driven by what we see. I used to go to extreme lengths and wrap my mama waist trainer around my waist and tie a nightgown around it, go to sleep and stuff like that, hoping I'm gonna wake up with an hourglass. Like, why was I willing to go so far to achieve something that I probably wasn't even supposed to have in the first place? I don't even know what more to really say about this topic, but what I can say is that I'm seeing different versions of myself, you know, now. You see the slim girls on TV, trust. You see the stallions making a stand. You see big girls doing their thing beautifully. Like, everybody is showing up for themselves, you feel me? And a big problem of why the insecurity just probably keeps on coming is because we can't run away from people being negative. You ain't never gonna be able to run away from people being negative, and that's what my problem was. I felt like I needed to be perfect in order to not receive backlash for anything I do. Not everybody gonna like how you look, and at this point, that's they bad. Like, that they can't see what it is for real. You feel me? And I can't get upset at what they don't see. Cause what I'm trying to learn is I'm trying to see that for myself. Like I'm really letting go with the whole thing of me listening to other people whoop de whoop. It's getting annoying, and I'm so like I'm so like done with the subject. This subject is like I didn't expect this podcast thing to be so hard, y'all. But I'm so determined to keep on going. This is my first episode of Blabbering with BG, and trust me, y'all, this shit kicked my ass. I can't even lie to y'all. This shit kicked my ass, and I'm gonna still keep on trying. There's only room to get better. So I hope you guys enjoy this little blabber I had going on. Y'all comment down below what insecurities you may have dealt with that you had to overcome, and what did you do to do that? Because baby, give me some tips. You know, I have my own way of what I do, and that way is just waking up and letting me know that you good, girl. Like vibe, you know. And that's another reason why I decided to take a step back from social media. Like just seeing everybody have something to say about you, I don't got time for that. You feel me? I'm prioritizing myself, and since I've been doing that, the love has been coming through too. But I'm so sorry if you guys did not enjoy this. Trust me, I'll get better. But I love you guys if you did make it this far. And yeah, appreciate the responses. Y'all stay safe. BG out.